Okay, so the update drops tomorrow. I'm gonna turn the sound effects off. The update drops tomorrow. We're gonna get a bunch of new weapons. One of my friends, in fact, you probably know him as Kadachi on Twitter if you play Monster Hunter, has made a list of pretty much every weapon that's coming back. I think I can see a couple missing myself, actually, but basically, like, pretty much every weapon that is coming back or being retaired or is a new weapon. And the total comes up to about 300. I think it's just over 300 or so. Just so you know where to go and farm basically everywhere. Yeah. I will likely cover every single one of these weapons before the game dies. Or at least before I start making content. So, if you want to hear about that, then like and sub. Yeah, so let's get into it. So, the main thing that is happening is every single raid and dungeon weapon or like piece of gear is getting retaired or like reintroduced. So everything except the Desert Perpetual gear, and those two icons here. So everything except the Desert Perpetual gear is all getting introduced to the test system. Every single one of the weapons is gaining 2 new perks in each column. An example they gave of this is Oversoul Edict is getting Shorting Feedback and Tickle Charge. That's good. So that's going to be interesting. You'll be able to get it in the tier 5 form. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get the adepts, so you'll also be able to get tiered adepts. You can tier crafted weapons, so all of the raid weapons prior to Desert Perpetual, they will be able to be tiered straight away. But I do recommend still playing the actual raid on the master difficulty because you will be able to get multi-perk weapons that way, which will be better than the crafteds because they consume less vault space. And considering we're only getting 300 extra vault slots for the 300 guns we're getting, I would recommend doing that. So, just to be specific, the raid and dungeons that are being included in this is Last Wish, Garden of Salvation, Deepstone Crypt, Vault of Glass, Vow of the Disciple, King's Fall, Root of Nightmares, Crow's End, Salvation's Edge, Grasp of Avarice, Duality, Spire of the Watcher, Ghost of the Deep, Warlord Ruin, Vesper's Host, Sundered Doctrine. I think on this list he hasn't included Pit of Heresy and Prophecy. And those are the 2 that are missing on this list. Are they? Yes. Yes. So, quite a few pieces of gear to get. Like, that would be a lot on its own. That's about like 100 or so guns. That is about 100 or so guns. That might be like 50 guns. Mind you, Witch Queen introduced like 79, and that was like the big gun update, so we're able to do that. They're also adding armor set bonuses to each of the armor sets within this raid, or in these raids. They have not told us what these are going to be. I'm hoping Root of Nightmares has a prismatic set. That would be nice. So Edge of So Salvation's Edge could have something actually cool, but I feel like it's going to be the opposite way around. Next, we have all of the destinations. So, same thing I just mentioned, they're all getting tiered. The craftable versions you will be able to upgrade straight to the tiered versions. And by the way, this includes old seasonal gear, so you can tier old seasonal gear. They aren't getting new perks though. Destinations weapons they're getting completely new perk sets. Some of them are getting different elements or like frames. They're turning high albedo, which is this item. I'm sure nobody remembers what this is. Apart from like one guy on Twitter. This is getting turned into a rockets sidearm. So the first and only kinetic rocket sidearm. So that'll be pretty cool. That's getting a completely new perk set, for example. And will also be tiered. They are giving them a armor set bonus. They've revealed a couple of these. There's one that's well, I think it gives you like the moths or something from from Rod, and the Europa one gives you like frost armor, like passive frost armor, just for having the armor set on any subclass, so it's quite good. Next, there's all the ritual stuff. I think all the destinations is like 100 again. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and they're also adding gear sets to the Cosmodrome, EDZ, and Nessus. So all of these 3 planets are going to have gear sets. They've not shown us what the EDZ is going to have, but it is going to have the original armor set, so I'm expecting it to be reprisals of the Destiny 1 vanilla world loot, so we might get to see stuff like Scaflock again, and like Call to Serve, and the old-fashioned, just like this sort of world loot. Which would be very nice, because I really enjoy that. Praying we somehow get Disrespectful Stare back, because I love this gun, actually. I need to use that. I might actually use this again just for fun. Same with Einstein. Yeah, either Einstein or the other one back. Hopefully they give it a good scope. It will be fair. It'll probably be like Lincoln Green. They're gonna fill the world tier loot pool back. So they're bringing the world loot pool back. They're gonna fill that with a bunch of stuff. We don't know if all of that loot is gonna be tiered, but we did see stuff like Perfect Paradox and so get tiered, so that might be the case. Oh yeah, Nessus and the Cosmodrome have... Nessus has the Season of Undying gear, from what I can gather, so... That's the... what's the gun? Where is the gun? I really like the weapon, I'm gonna be upset if I can't. Does anyone want to show up? Where is the Plip Effect? So we're gonna have Plip Effect. It's gonna have the machine gun. It's likely gonna have all of the Customer Cyrus weapons back. Please give me this pulse rifle back. So, life when we get that. I don't remember this thing existing. Okay. Well, anyway. So that would be cool. It's also gonna get the armor set and the... Oh, it's gonna get the 7th Seraph armor set for Cosmodrome. I'm assuming we're gonna get the Undying armor for the Nessus. Likely the Cosmodrome armor. They've said we're gonna get War Mind cells back, so it's likely gonna be the Cosmodrome armor set. That is again like 100 weapons. I'm like 150 weapons. But like, yeah, it's like over 100 or 50 weapons again, so we've already beaten Witch Queen, like, just with that. However, they are giving us a full refresh of all of the ritual activities. So Gambit is being brought back, it's going to have its own armor set, it's going to have a full suite of reprise loot, it's going to have spare rations back, you're going to have 91% delirium. That is what it's called, 99% delirium. What's the gun called? Something delirium. 21% delirium. There we go. So we're gonna have that gun back. We're gonna have a bunch of the old Gambit loot that was actually cool. Hopefully we get Parcel of Stardust. I really like that shotgun. It's gonna have its own armor sets. The armor set actually looks pretty cool. It's like sort of tech. I wouldn't even say splicer based, like very Siva, I would say. Reminds me of the old Wrath of the Machine set, but like a modernized, better designed version of it. What it seems like all of the old Vanguard loot has been tiered, at the very least, likely reprised. So that would be the Nightfall weapons. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all of the Nightfall weapons, if not, like, best hits, such as Palindrome and such. So those are going to be really cool to see again. We're going to get all of the, like, vendor loot, or at least the, like, vendor loot since Witch Queen or Beyond Light. That's all going to be tiered, at the very least, so you'll be able to get tier 5 versions of that. That might open up new possibilities if the origin tray is changed to the new one, for example. Same thing with armor sets as well. It's going to be new armor sets. And there's going to be new guns. A couple of new guns, most likely. Probably an entire set in the skin. What next? Crucible. Crucible is also going to have a, like, all of its vendor loots refreshed. You're going to be able to get all the comp weapons again. Comp Crucible getting their own armor sets. Comp is getting fucking normal Crucible is getting a No Land Beyond, like a legendary version of No Land. Which, if you somehow figure out in play D1 to remember this thing on site, this gun, you're going to be able to get this in a legendary, which is awesome. We're also going to get a old-fashioned model 140 lightweight hand cannon in the energy slot, so that'll be nice. What else? All of the ritual weapons coming back, that's another thing, yes, so I'm not too sure if it's all of them, but we've seen, like, nearly all of them at this point. We've seen Adored, we've seen, what's it called, Fair Judgment, we've seen the rocket launcher, and we've seen another one, we've seen Vela's Axe, there we go. So it's safe to assume most, if not all of them, are being reprised. Because they didn't have unique pack sets before, so they're likely going to get some, which means we've got a bunch of new guns all of a sudden that are, like, fairly unique. SRL is coming back, so that's going to have its own loot set. That's another 6 weapons to add to the list. Trials of Osiris is... all of its weapons are coming back. All of them are going to be tiered. They're reprising, like, half of them. Which... very cool, honestly. Iron Banner is getting all of its loot back. It's gonna get all of its gear tiered. I'm pretty sure they're reprising, like, most of the gear within that. Both are gonna have new armor sets. Valence's Lie is likely coming back with random rolls, which will be interesting. Very interesting to see. Brave Arsenal is going to be made into tiered, so you'll have a reason to go do Onslaught again. I won't be getting the shinies back, sadly, but they will have the tiered system. And I don't know if I said they're getting new perks. I don't know, actually. They might be. The Black Armory weapons are coming back. That's something we know for sure. So it's going to be awesome to see. We've so far seen Tara's Gaze, which is the sniper rifle. This one. And we have also seen the fusion rifle from the raid, Tempered Dynamo. So you can assume basically all of them are going to be back. The only exceptions might be Blast Furnace, which will be available from the Brave Arsenal, and hammer, because, you know, it's also available in the Brave Arsenal. I'm trying to think if I've missed anything up. Oh yeah, all of the event weapons are coming back. That's another thing. So we're going to be able to obtain all of the event weapons whenever we want, and that means all of the event weapons are coming back. All of them are going to be tiered. We're getting a couple new Solstice weapons, presumably a reprised version of something new is coming back. Because it specifically has a shiny version. But we're also getting a sniper rifle with the same model as Keen Thistle, which is the one I'm currently holding. It's the same as the Long Shadow as well. And then we're getting a new machine gun. Have a look. I'm not sure about this again. Where is it? Okay. So yeah, it's a machine gun and that, but we're definitely getting a reprised something new, because it's got a shiny version. We are also getting a new hand cannon, from the look of it, from the Lawless events, as well as a new glaive. Oh, it does actually look like the Braytech Werewolf isn't coming back, actually. So that's going to be one weapon that's unobtainable forever. Mind you, you can, if you did get it before, I'm pretty sure you can still pull it. Yeah. So you can still pull it, it's just not the best for a weapon. And I think that's it. It doesn't sound as much, I'm sure, because I've labeled all the sources, but just trust me, there are so many. Like, if I go through trials alone, we have the new LFR, and I mentioned there's a new LFR, by the way, Messenger, Summoner, the Scholar, Solar Scar, Aisha's Care, Exalted Truth, King Thistle, Inquisitor, Igneous, Sheora's Eye of Soul, Exile's Curse, Tomorrow's Answer, the Martlet, Corundum Hammer, the Immortal Cataphract, Astral Horizon, Everburning Glitz, Aureus Neutralizer, Auric Disabler, Aisha's Embrace, Unwavering Duty, Forgiveness, Reed's Regret, and Yesterday's Question. All of them are going to be available from just doing Trials of Osiris. So, yeah, if you didn't play... I mean, if you didn't play Edge of Fate, like, especially till now, you have so much stuff to go play. And I will probably cover every single obtainable gun. I might do like a first checklist, or maybe like a video maybe on the day or the day after, just to go over like special rules and like specific things of weapons. And yeah, I'm probably gonna cover the game until I find out until I run out of stuff to cover. That's what I've decided on doing. I'm going to cover the game until I run out of stuff to cover, until I'm done with the game twice over, and I mean twice over. I will make a second character. Or like a second account, I should say. So, if you want to see me milk the game for all it's got, basically, like, comment, sub, do whatever you want, and yeah.